Yeah, you have to... Yeah, you have to, there's some moons that are just kind of out there in the open that it takes no skill to get. I understand that's for people who don't have a lot of time on their hands, like, I feel like they're achieving something. I mean, if you want to talk technical flaws, I mean, there are glitches in the game that allow you to, like, essentially out of bounds your way into places for Luigi's Balloon World,
Yeah, but
which is
not
cheating.
awesome.
I've seen some people say, like, the
Is there still one more to do here?
Yes, that's the one Chris wants you to do. Chris, if you're still here, he's gonna do the melon one. I'm not sure you're actually still here, but yeah, if you're still here, he's gonna do the Watermelon Festival.
I remember doing this one the first time. Actually, it wasn't terrible. That took me much longer.
Yeah, well... Anyway. The Watermelon Festival. What a classic. You have to get the biggest watermelon, and actually, there's a glitch you can use to get that shine sprite early, and it's what speedrunners do. It's like, it's like Melon Skip, I think is what it's called. It unlocks every level, and that's for an 80%. So you can essentially do this level first, and then unlock every level before, and then just do Shadow Mario. But, anyway. Yeah, Odyssey's flaw, some people say Bowser isn't the best boss to, like, reuse every single time.
What? They didn't reuse it, they used the rabbit dudes.
I mean, yeah, if you want to call reusing boss flaw, they did reuse Bowser.
Is this the biggest one?
I don't know, is it?
I think it is.
Yeah, like reusing, like they mentioned, reusing Bowser is kind of like it doesn't really utilize the capture mechanic too much, except at the very end. Yeah, that's like the biggest issue. Like, as a lot of people have is, and also. Yeah, those are the main ones I can really think of off the top of my head, because no game is perfect, like,
Here, it's wonderful.
I know, it's good. You can always not try and take it that way.
Oh, this isn't the biggest one anymore, it's just smaller.
I don't know, did it?
I think it did.
Whoa! Oh, yes, I remember the melon bopping into place. Galaxy 1, in all honesty, I find to not be... I find
Galaxy 1.
Galaxy 1, I think, is the weakest 3D Mario. Galaxy 1, like, in all honesty, the levels, it's like, they try to be open, but they're way too linear to really work.
That's not
and the power-ups don't really, like...
Please, get away from me.
That's my biggest issue with both the, That's my issue with both the Galaxies. The power-ups don't really... Like, they essentially kind of take you out of standard Mario gameplay. Also, like...
No, you have to ground pound when you kill them.
No, you can just...
No, I stepped on that one.
No, you can flip them over and jump on them, and that gives you a coin. You can't kill them by jumping on them. You kill them by knocking them with the sand dunes.
Oh, I thought I killed one once by knocking.
No, that was sand dune. But yeah, the Galaxy games, it's like the power-ups are kind of awkwardly done to where...
Oh jeez, there's a tree there.
Yeah, the tree, yeah, there is.
Why does this guy keep flipping over?
Because you aren't jumping on him. That's how you stun them.
Oh.
Anyway,
There's a dude right there.
Sure, I'm talking to him there. But, Galaxy 1, yeah, it tries to be... open, but like it's just too linear to really work well. Galaxy 2, they at least don't put you in a hub world, because they realize, maybe that's not necessary to really, with how linear the game tends to be. And also the motion control. Some of those games are really not necessary, like the bubble one.
Oh, can you kill that? I'm gonna kill
the melon. Garrett's learning how to melon it up. Also, if you take too long, the melon just despawns.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate. I know that happens.
Oh yeah, it can happen. Which is really funny.
If it despawns right here, I'm upset.
It takes a while for it to despawn. I've tested this before. But yeah. Let's see, what other game? But yeah, Mario 64, like I said, the levels aren't super cohesive and the camera just makes things kind of unfortunate. And also, some levels are kind of, in Mario 64. Like, What Dry World? Kind of mediocre. Which is a shame because Wet Dry World is one of the only levels that uses an interesting mechanic, which relies on how you enter the portal changes how the level works. Anyway, Mario Sunshine. While it takes away some of your movement options, it provides you with another that can provide a crutch to beginning players, but also provides for advanced movement techniques for advanced players, and provides something you can get rid of to make the game harder for players who want a challenge.
You know, I'm betting Chris wasn't very happy with how easily I did that, honestly.
Well, Chris hasn't responded because I think he left. So now you can do any of the other levels, I guess, because you already did that.
Is this the next one?
You can do any of them in any order.
I don't think I have any of the other ones unlocked.
You can go back and keep doing them. Alright. Now, first off, let's see, let's go through the game. Cutscenes, the cutscenes are amazing, because they're really bad, and I think that's something that can always add to a game, is bad voice acting. It allows, you know, for some comedy in an intense game like... Yeah, I think the one person is us. But yeah, let's see, where was I? Yeah, bad cutscenes, you know, it starts out... It's a Mario game with an actual, like, story that isn't just Peach was kidnapped. So, you know, that's a plus, you know? In fact, it's one of the only Marios, 3D Marios.
All of those paintings on
Yeah, they're paintings on the wall there. Yeah, Flood is the biggest mechanic. Like, Flood allows for such good movement. Like, Mario feels so good to control in this game.
I mean, he feels better controlling Mario.
I don't think so. Like, Odyssey's, well, I think they're about equal on movement. Like, I think Mario Sunshine's movement is, like, just as good as Odyssey's.
Must be that blocky, is it?
What do you mean?
Thing.
Oh, what, that little thing? Yeah, it's meant to be sort of like star shape. Oh, that, yeah, it's not really meant to be zigzag like that. Garrett's going to change some settings because his emulation, or maybe the HD texture pack does something weird.
No,
Did you...
It makes, there's more fog this way, but it's fine. That's actually apparently normal. I just don't like it. That's fine.
Anyway. Yeah, no, that's good. Anyway. Yeah, I think Sunshine's movement is just as good, if not better, than Odyssey's. Which, I mean, that's not to knock Odyssey, that's just to say that Sunshine's movement is so good.
Oh, I can't go up this way.
Oh, you can wall jump if you're good. Let's see, the level progression in Sunshine has a, essentially, every level, as I mentioned before, has a story to tell. And they tell them through very subtle and simple details. And it goes from Mario having to essentially essentially trying to prove himself innocent, to Mario improving the lives of the inhabitants of this island. Because I'm not sure even everything is caused by Bowser and his son. Like, some of the stuff I think is just caused by there being ghosts in a hotel. Yeah, and that's one of the things, is that Mario goes essentially from, oh, I need to prove my innocence, and that's how you get invested in the story too. I need to help the people of this island. And you see a progression where the people are like, oh man, Mario, you kind of suck because you've ruined everything too. Hey Mario, thanks for being a pal and, you know, helping our harbor out. Yeah, because I believe, yeah, a lot of the stuff, I mean, some of the stuff is caused by Bowser Jr., but some of it isn't. Like, I think Petey Piranha probably isn't Bowser Jr. Like, maybe the inky piranhas were, but, like, not Petey Piranha himself. Yeah, it's one of the only Mario games that has, like, an actual story, and each level's very cohesive. And once again, Odyssey does that, well, where you actually affect, the world around you as you, progress through. Like, in New Donk City, going from day to night, and you stopping the rain after improving, after fighting the Mecha Wiggler that's, like, draining the power or whatever. And then there's the of course, like the festival. Yeah, a lot of the stuff you see that's good in Odyssey.
Oh, I bet you can do it here too. The infinite jump.
Yeah, probably. You could probably do the infinite jump here. But a lot of the stuff a lot of the good stuff in Odyssey that people really like, a lot of it comes from Sunshine, which shows how good Sunshine is as a game. Let's see what else. The game is really unique in like what it does. Like yeah, they repeat boss fights, but some of these boss fights are so unique. Like fighting a giant robo bouncer in a roller coaster. Like that's so wild. Who'da thunk of that? Like who at Nintendo was like, that's what we need Mario to do? Or like even fighting a mole in like what is essentially a grounded tank that throws heavy artillery at you. And also, Mario Sunshine has a lot of really good, like, difficulty progression. Like, I feel that once you get to the one level, like, once you get to the level in the, Pianta Village, the one where it switches between day and night, which, oh yeah, the day and night dichotomy in that level is really good. As well as the Cotton Festival, or whatever it's called. That one's also really good. But, once you get to the certain level where you don't get flood and the entire floor is lava, I feel like you really, by that point, you should know how to handle it. And while the level will provide a challenge, you can find workarounds that can make the level easier and make you, like, feel accomplished.
So this is what I'm talking about, there's more, hazy fog. Apparently that's normal to console, though, just people with
Oh yeah, the game's really, the game
yeah, so, like,
fog.
clears it up without that.
Garrett's discussing how, with the emulation, you can clear up some of the fog in game, but that makes the ink and stuff look worse.
It's a side effect.
Yeah, the bosses, I admit, they do repeat bosses, which can be seen as lazy, but I think it also allows for a good sort of power trip, as well as a way to show your progression in skill. You fight the Goopy Piranha like 6 times. And the first time you do it, you're going to be bad at it, because you're just learning the controls. And afterwards, like once you get used to it, after like the next couple times, you can beat it really quick. And you get much better at beating it. You find out the techniques to beat it. You find out how to do it quickly. Same with Gooper Blooper. And it essentially relies on your knowledge of the mechanics of the game to really improve. And with like the Gooper Blooper, they kind of take away your resources, because I think the way to reach the Gooper Blooper, you have to use the rocket nozzle, so you can't use the hover nozzle in the second fight against it. And the third fight against it, I think, is hidden. Trying to think what else is like spectacular that this game does. I mean, some of just like I said, some like the bosses are creative. Really, the levels in general are creative. Like I said, the eel boss, that one's great. Going into a bottle to collect red coins, like that's genius. Il Piantissimo as a character is fantastic. Because he's just the cockiest guy in the world, and he loses every time. But if you lose, he kills you. He straight up kills you if he beats you in a race. Of course, who can forget the Manta Ray fight, or the King Boo fight in the casino? Or like any of the challenge courses in Delfino Plaza, except for the one that no one seems to remember, which is the red coin one with the in the little skybox area, which no one seems to remember because people seem to not realize it actually exists. I recognize Sunshine has flaws. The game it's pretty obvious from like the content that wasn't used in the old trailers and stuff that it was a bit rushed. Yeah, you do.
I couldn't remember how to get up there.
Yeah, you have to. I believe the symbol might change when it's ready to. It's still going. There you go. Yeah, like the collision.
That was where I need to go.
The collision can be a bit awkward at times. I mean there are less levels than Super Mario 64, but of course that prevents them from being some kind of weak levels like the oh gosh, which one is it? Rainbow Ride. That one's just an auto-scroller. Almost every single course now, when you have to go through an auto-scroller. Tick-Tock Clock is kind of awkward because it's more vertical based. Tick-Tock Clock, I think, is a fun level design, and it has like the neat aspect of changing stuff.
It made a great Mario Kart.
Okay, but that doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It being a Mario Kart course does not matter. Tick-Tock Clock, it has an issue with like where if you fail once, you have to start the level over again, and the camera gets real bad because it's a vertical sort of tight level. And also, and some of it, like some of the shines some of the stars are essentially the exact same, except you do like one slightly different objective, and it's like the exact same place.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't do it.
There you go. Oh, the blue coins. That's something that I feel like people like claim is like one of the reasons it's a bad Mario game. I think it's actually quite the opposite. A, because you can check which blue coins you've gotten. You just have to press the Z button. Don't be stupid. Seriously, I'm not sure how many people don't know, but if you press the Z button, it brings up a map and it tells you what shines you've gotten and what blue coins you've gotten. I feel like people just never read the manual, so they're like, oh yeah, there's no way to check your blue coins. I was like, there very much is. Y'all just do not look at the manual. But the blue coins, as a whole, are a very smart way to make you explore the entire level. In Super Mario 64, there was no reason to explore the entire level. There essentially wasn't. Yeah, but the stars don't even take you through every possible nook and cranny. While yeah, you can try and get them for the stars, there really isn't much that forces you to really look at the level from every angle possible. Or to really revisit levels once you're, like, done. Sunshine provides you challenges with the blue coins. You can either like do the M ones are kind of giveaways, but they essentially give you they sort of teach you, oh, you should spray things that seem off, and that's why they're sort of the easiest blue coins. Then there's the challenge-based ones, which are like shape-based, where you have to realize that where the matching shape is, and then get the blue coin based on that and plan your route through the entire level. Because a lot of times they're at opposite places. And so you have to plan your route through this level and think about, okay, what would be the fastest way to get from here to here to here, so I can get the blue coin. And you have to think about it backwards, too. And a lot of the routes change when you have to do it backwards. Let's see here. You have the ones that are just kind of out in the open, which generally require you to do some kind of platforming, like extra platforming. So you allow for another extra challenge for people to get. Let me think what else. Oh yeah, and then there's the ones for like doing weird, like noticing odd things. Like, oh, that window's open. It seems like I could spray it, and then you get a blue coin. Or... Well, sometimes you can, but in, like, actual levels, there tend to be sort of things like that. Or, oh, there's a weird thing I can ground pound, let's see if I can get a blue coin out of it, sure enough. Or, oh, there's this weird goopy stuff, I have to wait to be able to get Yoshi in this one, then go get it. And so that's sort of how the blue coins work, is they encourage you to explore the level and provide extra challenges, and encourage you to take note of weird things and, like, all the little side details in the level. And that's what makes the blue coins smart. And the biggest complaint I always hear is, oh, I can't check how many blue coins I've gotten. You can. Speaking of blue coins. 7.
Right there.
Well, no, press the Z one. That's the one you actually need to use. That actually will tell you you have to go over the level. That will tell you how many blue coins you've gotten in that level. You've gotten 0 Delfino Plaza ones?
Apparently. Not in this one. I've been going for it. Really.
Anyway, there was a blue coin here. If you'd sprayed that one of those pots, you would have gotten a blue coin.
I'm not going for blue coins.
That's fair. And they also just, and like I said, they make a lot of levels replayable. Because some people are like, oh, you have to go to more than one level to get the blue coin. Well, yeah, that makes sense. It encourages you to go back to the level and experience what changes throughout the level and notice what changes throughout the level. I mean, the Pianta Village one, that's a pretty obvious distinction that between the day and night that exists, and like how the level changes a lot with that. But every level has little subtle changes between like every couple of levels. Every course, right? I think you have, yeah. Every course has essentially a little. Every course has has changes that occur throughout it, and sometimes they're like mechanics based, such as the poison water existing in Bianco Hills. But sometimes it's just little NPC differences. Sometimes an NPC's on fire, and if you put him out, you get a blue coin. And it's like, if you hadn't noticed the NPC is on fire, then you don't get it. And it's like, it makes you pay attention. It's like, is that NPC always on fire, or is this just a special case? I think noticing those odd details is really what makes Sunshine a strong game. And I think also just its focus on the mechanics of Flood. Because you can use Flood essentially anywhere. I think that may be a little bit of where Odyssey has a bit of a weakness, is that the captures are basically only used for specific challenges.
You can just capture anyway.
No. There are essentially some captures that are only useful and only present for very specific challenges.
Yeah, because there's so many captures.
Having an excess of something is not necessarily a good thing.
Okay, not get up there?
You have to go around. You can't do it from the inside. You have to go from the outside.
Oh, great. You have the rocket now.
I think that's where, and that's sort of where the weakness that Odyssey has really kind of shows. And it really, it doesn't really show because Odyssey is such a strong game, and it is probably my second favorite 3D Mario. But, oh, look at him. Oh, nice. But you lose a bit of that focus on the mechanics of Cappy and the movement options of Cappy when you have all of these captures available. There's only 3 changes you can make to Flood, and one thing is constant. And the spray nozzle is always a constant, but the hover nozzle and the rocket nozzle are always present. And as soon as you unlock them in a level, you can bring them anywhere in that level, so you aren't restricted to what you can do with them.
I'm trying to think how they shine that can get into there without all the other stuff.
What do you mean?
Is there any other overworld shines
Oh, there's tons of overworld shines.
that I can get without having?
You can get, I think, if you have Yoshi, you can get the Bell Shine. I think that's a blue coin. You can get basically any of the hidden shines except the one where you need Yoshi. Like any of the hidden secret core shines you can get. I think you might be able to get one of the Bell Shines.
One of the bell shines.
I think one of them. There's 2 different bells.
Not this one. I mean, it's not the other one. I can get that. Maybe it's this one.
I'm not sure in all honesty. It's been a while.
This one. There must be a pipe that goes up there, I guess. Either that or you have to jump.
We're gonna just be good at video games. And you're just currently trying to figure out if there are any more shines he can currently get in the overworld. Which overworld shines actually don't contribute to your,
What was I fun to get?
Yeah, they are fun. They do provide a little extra incentive. I also think another issue with Odyssey is that when they made moons purchasable at the end of the game, that kind of took away from their value.
Well, they force you to purchase them in order to 100%.
That too you have to grind to get up to 999 moons.
That's right.